All right, we're back. Hopefully everyone has gotten their feels quotient in for the day with the poor plants, etc., etc. I saw there was a petition in the chat to get it into Starfleet. Good luck with that. So that plant, it had a good run. I mean, it is a nice decorative plant that gets nutrient feed every day. But back to the sentient beings that are in this party. You get down to the level with the power supply for the ship, which is close to engineering, but not quite there. Just, for safety's sake, keep the dilithium crystals away from some of the other machinery. And the doors open, and thankfully, there is not anything that you can see, although it is a little dark again. Are you staying in that same formation?
I am, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we are.
All right, so as you get off the elevator, you hear the very, very quiet hum of engines. Even though it's the future, engines still make a little bit of a noise. Nothing seems to be too amiss. Everything is lit up by where the control panel is. If you didn't know better, you'd almost swear the station was brand new and just waiting for crew to take over. But you know for a fact that there's a lot of people missing. Diagnostics seem to be running fine. Everything is running by itself, almost as if it's an unmanned station. Do any of you go kind of investigate and see why the rest of the station is not getting adequate power?
Yes. Okay. Computer, where in this room can I find the area to attempt to to get full power?
You can go to the control panel that is to your immediate right and slightly above eye level for you.
Thank you. So I'm going to. Oh, I can't drag my icon, but I will. That's where I'll go. So I'll go to the control panel, and like I can see it, right? Like I know you said that it's dark, but like I can see the panel, right?
Yeah, so you can see the panel. I mean, you're an Andorian,
okay,
and you can see it a bit. And yes, it's a little dark. Oh, what are y'all doing in the dark? Apparently there was some smooching going on in that corridor while nobody was looking.
Oh.
So you see the control panel. It's a little dark, but it's not super, super dark. But
okay. So I'm gonna do my science thing. I'm gonna do my beep beep boop into the computer.
Your beep beep boop.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my fingers on the home row. It's gonna go beep beep boop, and then I'm gonna attempt to access the ship system so I can raise the power to normal levels.
All right. Give me an engineering roll, please.
Okay. Engineering.
I look at Marshawn and I say, actually, I think in this case we need a beep boop beep instead of the beep beep boop.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean.
Petty level 100 in here.
Right. Congratulations.
Did you not get along? Is like before this, or have you guys met before?
Let's not talk about it. Okay, so I think I might have done the roll wrong. I just rolled a regular D20, but I can add the one. So in engineering, I have a 3, so that will be a 12.
Yeah, so it's a 12.
Yes.
All right, so you figure out that there is a connection that isn't being made. Something in the algorithm has changed, and it's not doing what it's supposed to do. You can't tell who made the change, though, but it definitely has been tampered with. Even though you know about the ionic storm, you don't think that was it. You think maybe it was actually intentionally tampered with so that the power to the ship would be as minimal as possible.
Okay. Guys, I think someone actually tampered with this, but I'm going to spend some more time trying to hack into this thing. Has like anyone else found anything of interest in the room?
I don't know. Have you?
I will do my regular scan for Forlin to see if they're here.
Okay.
Or around.
All right. Use medicine.
Mm-hmm. And anything else? Medicine and insight?
Yes. Insight.
Okay. And task roll 1.
Mm-hmm.
1, 10 and a 5. 10 insight, 5 medicine.
All right, so
never mind. Hold on. 11. I got 11.
Okay, so you're not getting anything. You're starting to think the computer wasn't just asking you, that Forlan really isn't on the station. Do you share that with the others, or are you going to keep trying to scan for Forlan?
There's no sign of Forlan, or did I scan for sentient beings, or just
on the bridge? You did, yes.
No, I mean this time. I don't like.
No.
Okay, so no sign of Forlan. FYI.
Well, I'm going over to one of the wall panels to make sure that that we're getting good power flow.
All right, give me an engineering roll on that.
All right. Engineering and insight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. $18.
Oh, you have engineered the shit out of that thing.
I'll be doing that.
All right,
look
so
at that, Marshawn. What did I find?
Wow. So what you found out, someone on the crew who would have had the intimate knowledge of the systems broke a subroutine that, while it would not cut power entirely, it did disrupt the flow. If you can correct that subroutine and you rolled high enough, you're going to figure it out. You can get everything back on track and get folks and get power fully to the ship, and then you can use all of the scanning tools available.
All right. Well, so roll again, or I'm good?
You're good. With that, you figured out the subroutine that has been tampered with, and you are able to correct it. It's a pretty standard one, but not one that would be common knowledge. You would have to be an engineer or someone familiar with these systems to know it.
Marshawn, did you realize that the subroutines had been tampered with?
Of course I did. Of course I did.
Did you?
Of course I did.
Very good. Well,
you just jumped the gun and explained it before I could explain it. I was waiting to subroutine it a little more.
These subroutines were incorrect. They were tampered with, but I fixed them.
So you're saying there was sabotage?
There was sabotage.
Well, yeah, there was sabotage. I said before, hey guys, this has been tampered. So Sean is clearly just using that, not his subroutine thing. He's using what I said earlier. Hello, everyone. Does everyone see what's going on here?
I just look back between them, like.
Yeah, while this is happening, I see those 2 plants in the corner, and I want to check in with them. I got a vibe from the first plants that we saw that they love the attention. These plants are being found everywhere throughout the ship. They found sap In the control panel, I am treating them. I mean, they're sentient, obviously, so it would be a good idea to treat them like with respect. So if you enter a room, you wouldn't just ignore two people standing in the corner. You would, greet them. So I want to like bend down and greet them. Hello, how are you? How are you guys doing?
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out like how to respond as a plant because I can't talk. So you get a very different feel off of these two plants. While the other one seemed overall content and very glad to have attention, this one's a little wary. Like the one you're right in front of seems a little wary of this attention because bad things have always come from someone noticing them as something besides decoration. And the other one, you just get an overall sense of resignation. It almost is like the plant expects to be taken out of its pot or kicked aside, or for there to be some violence done upon it. And it, even though it can't do much in terms of movement, it almost kind of wilts a little bit, kind of like, well, I knew this was coming. So these plants are not super excited about interaction.
Yeah. Okay. I want to, so I get that vibe. I internalize it. I want to say, oh, not a problem. Not a problem. I respect your space. I'm going to put my hands behind my back, bow my head a little bit and kind of walk in the opposite direction.
The plant that was pretty sure the end was nigh kind of like unfurls a little bit. And like, if you can still feel it, it's like this palpable relief of, oh, this one didn't kick my bowl over. And the other one is just kind of cautiously optimistic, if you can tell that from the plants. But it expected the worst and expected you to do something like pull its leaves off or something.
Gross plants.
Like 12-year-old boys on the stage?
Yeah, right.
No, more like curious people that are also empathic, wanting to experiment on the plants and figure out how to communicate with them and not doing it always through proper channels. So it's relieved. It doesn't like try to get your attention, but it does kind of fluff up a little bit. And it's like, oh, good, I'm safe from this one.
Yeah, and as I walk away, I kind of, with my hands behind my back, if the plant was looking at me, I kind of just like wave a little bit, like, nah. And I walked down that hall. I can move, my guy. So I just spin around and just kind of follow. Who is that? Sean? Is that?
Yeah, I'm off in the corner over here.
Yeah, just gonna go that way.
Okay, so now that the subroutines are fixed, does that mean we can raise the power?
Yes.
Okay. Sean.
Yes, Marshawn.
Can you raise the power for us?
Yes. Raising power to 60% efficiency.
Computer, what additional function? Oh no, I'm not going to ask that. So you're going to list a whole bunch of functions. Computer, do you have enough power to do a more thorough scan to find our missing crewmate?
Yes, I do.
Can you perform that scan, please?
I can. It will take some time. Would you like me to perform other functions while we scan for missing crew member Forlan?
I will pipe up and say, can you also scan for additional sentient life forms outside of this group?
Ooh,
very good question, Vulcan.
On the station or off, Doctor?
Thank you. On the station, please.
So the computer, scans for other life forms and I'm not going to make the computer roll for it because we know that Forlan is not going to be found this week. It seems to not sigh because it's a computer, but it seems no, because it's
This computer would sigh.
true, but it doesn't have
a hissing of air through a vent or something.
right. You just all of a sudden you just feel air on the back of your neck. So, Dr. Anna.
Yes.
Forlan, crew member Forlan is not on the ship, but I do sense their life signal, their life signs on the planet. Would you like to go down and investigate?
Computer, does the ship have enough power to beam us down?
Yes, now that the subroutine has been restored, you can safely beam down to the planet's surface.
By Morshan. The subroutine was reinstalled by Morshan.
You did a very good job.
Thank you, Doctor.
Wait, but can't we just beam Forlan back up?
Are there any other sentient life forms with our crewmate?
There are several. Most are plant-based, however.
Sentient plant-based.
So, computer, are we able to beam our friend back aboard at this time?
No, there's interference at Forlan's exact location, but I can get you within a few miles of them.
But how do we get back up?
If our mission, if our crewmate is on that planet and they are unable to come back, then I feel as if we have an obligation to rescue them.
Oh, okay. I mean, can the ship beam? Can he just beam directly to the ship and yeah?
Crewman Forlan, personnel file, reminder, pronouns are they, them.
Okay. Can we bring them back to the original ship to was it Thurston?
No, that distance is too great for my power levels.
Guys, let's head down there. This is the adventure I've been looking for ever since I joined Starfleet. We head down there. We have no idea how we're going to get back. All we have is lasers and daggers and worms. Let's do it, guys.
Their survival is primary to our mission. Secondary to our mission. I believe our crew members, their life, we need to make sure they're okay. That is, however, I do not believe the captain designated any single one of us commander, so that puts us all, I believe, equal in decision-making power. So what say the other ones of you?
I say that Marshawn may be good for something, finally, if we go down to the surface.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to stare at him.
Dr. Sana, as you are the most high-ranking officer according to your personnel file, what is it you wish me to do?
I look at Conal because they haven't spoken yet in terms of this decision.
Well, I feel like, should we beam down or should we just take the ship down? Because having a way the ship that we came on, having a way back up is imperative.
Very important.
I do not disagree with the facts presented here. I believe that is a better course of action. What say you, Sean and Morshan?
Agreed with Colonel.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we get down there, guys, I have to do this. Let's just get down there. We take a ship. We take beam. Half of us beam. Half of us. Let's just go. Whatever. Let's just go.
Computer. We are going to go down to the planet, but we do not need to be beamed down. We're going to take our ship. And I just kind of mumble, phasers on stun, please. Because somebody's a little over exuberant.
Would you like me to transport you to the shuttle bay, Commander?
How long of a trip is it to the shuttle bay? Like, how far away are we level-wise?
You're several levels down and walking, because right now, as everything is still getting powered up, it would take you a little bit of time.
How
And you
long?
also, Earth time, maybe a half hour.
I definitely don't trust the computer a half an hour's worth of time. But
Wow.
I don't say that out loud. I kind of noodle through like how long it took us to get here, and I say, I think we should walk. And I kind of look up at
we can transport.
I'm trying to kind of like non-verbally like.
I agree with the Vulcan.
Are you on some kind of exercise? Or do you need to get your steps in? Let's just transport to the
Do you
shuttle.
not have a space Fitbit?
Space Tweezers, Space Fitbit, why not? All right, so are you all going to walk back to the shuttle, or are you going to or will the computer be forced to take matters into its own digital hands because it's tired of hearing you argue about it?
I am waiting for some sort of consensus. So.
I say Marshawn should beam to the shuttle.
Okay, I have one thing though. Cornel, I think you should try to take one of these plants, because you seem to be able to communicate with the plant. So maybe that plant can help us on the surface with these other plants, and that plant can talk to the other plant, and we can take Forlin from the other plant because of the plant that you brought.
Okay, a lot of plants in there. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to this plant right here. So there's another plant really close by. I wasn't getting a good vibe off the first two. I want to turn to. Is this guy in the room or no? Is that guy in the room, or is that outside the room?
Oh, that plant. Wow, I can't even do this with a straight face anymore.
That's a very aggressive plant.
Right?
I'll just start singing to him right away. You are my fire, one desire.
The plant. Oh God, I can't. The plant. The plant is cautious about this sudden approach by the strange being. But it's not like shrinking away as much as it would have been previously.
Yeah, so I want to kind of try to communicate that we're leaving. We're going to leave it alone. Politely say if it would like to come with us, and kind of I don't know, find a way to tell it we're going where it came from or where it comes from, right? Because the plant came from this planet, right?
The planet you're about to go down to?
Yeah. That we're orbiting?
I think it's an assumption I can make.
I want you to do there's no way for you to really know that, though.
Okay.
The plant's memory is very short.
Okay.
Well, I feel like the computer would know, though. I think
you could ask. You could ask the computer, but the computer is also waiting on a response to beaming you all to the shuttle bay. It's not like you're trusting it to send you, all the way to the planet, but at least it would save you a half hour walking.
Anna doesn't trust it one bit. So
wow.
Oh
Ship-to-ship transports are very, very dangerous.
No, they're
or intership transports.
Okay, well, we have to all be together, so I can't transport by myself and then wait 30 minutes for you guys to get here. Fine, I guess we walk. But I'm telling the captain about this.
Feel free.
Also,
yeah.
didn't the captain say not to take any of the plants?
The captain let us know to take some samples.
This would be a huge sample. It would be an entire one.
So while you all have been talking, the plant has just kind of resigned itself to being abducted at this point. Because it was happy. It was getting nutrient shots 3 times a day cycle. It was cool. People pay more attention to this one because engineering is lonely. So people actually talk to the plants if nobody was around. And now you're going to abduct this poor plant from its home.
I don't know. I'm asking nicely. I don't know if it's abduction if I'm asking nicely. If it wanted to travel with us like a companion.
It's a simple plant.
It's part of the team.
Oh, it's not a sentient plant? It's
no, it's
am I talking to a plant?
it's just
The gardenia.
Is it a fern?
the space gardenia.
It's like a plant you're talking to.
But you know that's it's a matter of semantics whether it's asking or abduction. But either way, the plant is not giving you any sense that it would object to being taken.
Okay.
So you can pick up this plant. It's in a small planter, but you know you're strapping Starfleet officer, so you can just kind of like take it with you and then start walking back toward the shuttle.
I'm not going to do that. Just because if I got a vibe that it wanted to, or some type of sense that it wanted to be around my presence, I would act on that. But I'm not getting anything like that. So I'm not doing that.
Well, the plant isn't like against it. It's just kind of, it accepts that you want to take it with you. It is not, you don't get a sense that it's scared or anything, or that it would object to going with you. It's just not like super excited as far as semi-sentient plants go.
Okay.
Conal, come on, let's go. We got 30 minutes to walk. Just grab it.
Well, I just want to be I want to be delicate with it. Okay, just let me. Okay. Reach down and I'm whispering to the plant as I'm picking it up. Are you okay? Just let me know. Let me know if anything troubles you. Okay. I'm ready to go, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's walk in our. Let's not transport to the shuttle to the shuttle bay. Let's head out.
Yeah.
So you've got 30 minutes to walk there. Nothing happens unless you want it to. Are there any conversations you're having on the way back to the shuttle bay?
So I would ask Conal what the plant is talking about. Does the plant have anything cool to say?
What do you feel?
Well, it's not really saying anything. It just feels. This plant actually not really interested in what's going on in our lives. Which is okay and not okay. It's just along for a ride. Might be just a little bored.
Okay. That I know more than I did 2 minutes ago. Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. And I kind of take Sean to the side. Kind of so we're out of earshot from the rest of so we're like behind them, but we're kind of out of earshot from the rest of the crew. And I kind of say, so Sean, I'm just trying to show you up because the other crew is there, right? Like I really like I don't got no problem with you. I just like I'm the young Andorian here. Like I feel like you, another Andorian, another science officer, so I kind of gotta, assert myself. I mean, you understand, right? Right? Like you get it, right?
Marshawn, we've known each other a long time. It's always been like this with you. You joined Starfleet, and my mother told me to join Starfleet because you were such the model Andorian.
True. I can't deny.
I need to be able to show what I can do. But if this is your way, then this is your way. You are, of course, a higher rank than me, and that means everything. So,
well, look, I was thinking about it, and you really did kind of save us with the power thing back there. So how about we just start over? How about we just work together? We're now I'm science team. We're like Forlin, but we're like Endo team. We're Andorian team. Okay?
We're Andorian team. We are also both.
Well, I think
Science specialists.
well, I think Ando team's a little catchier, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
And so let's I will stop with the front. I'll stop making people think I'm so much better than you. Because I know I'm better than you, so I don't even have to fake like I prove it, right?
Well, my antennae are longer than yours, so it's okay.
Okay, I didn't know it was a measuring contest, but that's cool.
Well, I just noticed. I'm just saying. Just pointing out facts. Sorry. Yeah.
I've heard it's more of a motion in the ocean thing, but that's cool. And then I so I finally extend my hand out to give Sean, like the proper greeting.
Right.
And then we
right. And then I go to take his hand, but before I do, my antennae they tilt sideways out to the sides independently. Then they tilt back up and they make a little heart at the top. And then I shake his hand.
So you're basically like the what were they, the snorkels? Like that
the
snorkel.
Yeah, the snork.
Wow.
Yeah, you're like
they
a
were
snork.
like
Snorks,
underwater Smurfs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's totally something a snork would do. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought you were going for like the gangster lean with your antenna.
I thought you were trying to show off like size.
I did too.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna like flip me off with your antenna. But it was a heart. That's great.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So like, I just wanted to break that bread with him and just sure we're good. Okay.
That's peace.
All right. So you get to the ship. Nothing happens. No other random plant encounters of any kind happen beside, Conal's over there randomly whispering to the
lightly singing to the plant.
Same song or new song?
New song. He's singing what is it? Oh God, what's that song? It's all right to tell me what you think about me. I won't try. He's singing Blink-182 to the plant.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I guess this plant's growing up. Do 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 do. Okay.
Wow. So you get to the ship, and I don't know what else could top this whole plant. You now have a plant in the party. You have a plant familiar, and with that, you board the ship. The doors open, and you start to head toward the planet, and that's where we'll call it for tonight. Ooh. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. The chat, I was crying because we now have plant puns to the tune of Lil Jon. I did get a screenshot once I can stop laughing to the point where I may throw up, because you have no idea how hard it was not to just start laughing during that heart-touching moment between Morshan and Sean. I was just like, oh my God.
That heart was amazing.
Wow.
We're bringing the audience through a journey, all emotions.
There it is.
Wow. So we went from nearly a TPK on Rivals to new plant friend on Star Trek.
Yes.
Hey, plants are friends, not food.
Oh, what if you're an omnivore?
Then everything's food.
Oh my God. Okay. So while I combobulate myself, why don't we start with Morshan? Talk about what you do. Actually, no, let's leave that to the end. We're almost at time, but we did start a little bit late. So if there's questions in the chat, we prefer in-character questions. So if there's anything you want to ask us in character, I'm stealing a page out of Carlos's book. Go ahead and ask us a few questions or tweet at us. Our Twitter handles will come up when we give our spiel about ourselves. And if there's no questions tonight, tweet at us. We'll do our best to answer. And if someone wants to sing that and make a video, I will love you forever. Because oh my god, I really thought I was gonna lose it and like have to just get up and walk away for a minute. Kuda asks, what are we naming the new plant familiar? Who is that to?
Well, I believe it's Conal's plant.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not taking any ownership of that. So
Well, I don't actually own the plant. The plant's sentient. So if the plant wants to communicate with language and have some type of name, I guess it's so weird because when I talk to the plant, it's more of an energy, an emotion to call its name. So if I had to call the plant a name, it would be. Oh, you guys couldn't feel that emotion? I'm sorry. So weird. I'm so used to being surrounded by betazoids. Weird that you didn't pick that up. I'm sorry.
That's buddy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, when you feel like putting that into language the rest of us can parse, please tell us in the chat, Conal. So it's not a question to us in character, but you can answer in character. Todd Gizzy asks, could the cast quickly tell us where each other characters hail from? So you want to answer in character, feel free. Don't all talk at once.
Oh, tell us where to talk.
Sure. So I'm Morshan. I was I'm Andorian, but I was not born on the planet. I was born on a space station. And I was I was brought up as a creative, as an artist. I was sent to essentially art school. My family was big patrons of the arts. And through circumstances that I think will slowly be revealed through the season, I ended up as a science officer in Starfleet, and this is my first ever ship. 4 months, very, very young, very, very wanting to impress, and not wanting people to uncover his background, basically. So, yeah.
All right, next. Conal.
Yeah. So, Betazoid. I was raised with other Betazoids. A long line of people who have served and in Starfleet, and my family felt that I needed to serve, even though, God, I wish I could just sing or build things with my hands, but they thought it was best that I enlist, and here I am.
Right, Sean.
Yes, well, Sean is an Andorian as well. I'm an Andorian. Yes, Andorian. From an isolated colony. Very militaristic, but we also knew Marshawn's family. We knew of the station where they were. And originally I was going to serve with the Andorian High Command, but this was persuaded to move on to Starfleet instead. And I'm not sure if I'm really happy with all of that, but I'll make the best of it.
Right, and the good doctor.
With a heart.
The heart, right. I'm Tiana Ryan. I was born on Earth, but I am half Vulcan. I've only actually seen Vulcan once, and it wasn't really my jam. I'm not. I try to stay as far away from Vulcan culture as possible, although sometimes I can't help it. Kind of seeps back in.
Or Vulcan culture seeks you.
Right, or it seeks me. Right. Well, I'm actively trying to avoid it at the moment, though.
All right. Question from Tired Ewok for you, Conal. How are you digging all the plant puns?
Plant puns? What plant puns? I don't know any plant puns. I just sing nice songs to the plant. I mean, Plant's favorite artists, Guns N' Roses, Michelle Branch. I don't know any. I don't get these puns that you're talking about.
All right. Well, that's fair. Any other questions before we kind of wrap it up? Going once, going twice, and 3 times are a charm. Sold. You're so welcome, Todd. All right, starting with Morshan. Who are you? What are you doing next? And where can people find you?
Hey, so I'm Sharif Jackson. You can find me at sharifjackson.com, SHAREEF Jackson.com. I have links to all my projects on the front page, including the Spawn on Me podcast, but weekly video game podcast featuring people of color, Rivals of Waterdeep, the weekly D&D show that I do with most of the crew here, and some other things that I've been featured in as well. And you can follow me on Twitter at Sharif Jackson. That's probably where I'm at the most.
Conal, where can folks find you when you are not serenading plants?
Yeah. So my name is Carlos Luna. You can find me every Sunday at noon Central Standard Time doing Rivals of Waterdeep on the D&D Twitch channel. You can also find my podcast, The Dungeon Rats. It's a Dungeons and Dragons actual play podcast where we take listener suggestions and we weave them into our campaign. I also do music and sound effects for that show as well. You can find me on social media under Carlos Crits, both on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, Sean.
My name is Cicero Holmes, and you can find me on Twitter at StubbyStan. I also am on the Spawn on Me podcast and Rivals of Waterdeep, but also I do a Star Trek related podcast called Discovery Debrief, where we talk about the latest jaunt into everyone's favorite franchise and galaxy, Star Trek Discovery. Check us out on your favorite podcatcher or on Twitter at DSC Debrief.
All right, and Misty, the good doctor.
Yes, the good doctor. I am Misty, also known as Imperial Girl here on Twitch. I'm a Twitch broadcaster. I stream 6 days a week, both creative and gaming. I do a lot of sewing, both cosplay and functional items. I do a lot of wallets and purses and things like that. And you can find me on social media at Imperial Girl. I did put that? Oh, I did put that in there. If you've ever seen the Tauntaun sleeping bag on Thick Geek, I made that for them. I've made a couple of things for them in the past, mostly related to their April Fool's Day editions.
Oh,
and they're fun to work with. But they so you can find me and my creations at youhungthemoon.com if you are interested. It doesn't have a lot. It's a little out of date, but it's still pretty relevant to what I do.
And I am your GM, Tanya. You can find me in a lot of places online. I'm director and founder of I Need Diverse Games, which is a nonprofit. I am also on Rivals of Waterdeep with everyone but Misty. We have to get that. We have to get Misty into Chicago so we can get you on an episode.
Yeah.
And I am your erstwhile captain and very sassy computer on this show. You can find me everywhere as Cypher of Tyr. And I'm also a partner Variety Caster. The next thing I'm doing is TwitchCon, where I'm on 2 panels with Misty, actually. And then after that, GameholeCon with Carlos and Serena, and also Patreon's conference in LA. So if you're in LA or close to LA and not going to BlizzCon, hopefully I'll see you at Patreon's conference. And that is that for this week. We will have a show next week. Just a note, put in your calendar. There will be no live show on the 26th. Due to most of us being at TwitchCon, and that goes both for here and for Rivals of Waterdeep. So see you in a week.